Hey guys, Becky here with Design Bundles, and I'm super excited to have you join me today because we have a really cute and fun tutorial for you. We are talking about creating your own temporary tattoos. Alright guys, so here we are in Silhouette Studio, and what I've done is I have downloaded and I already brought in some clip art to use for my temporary tattoos. Now the important thing to remember is that with using temporary tattoos, you do not have to do this as a print and cut unless you want it, if I was going to sell temporary tattoos, then I would probably go ahead and do it as a print and cut. But the temporary tattoo material is transparent, it's clear. So whatever you print on, it's not going to print any white, so you definitely have to remember that. There's no printing white ink, no white tattoos, because this is on your regular inkjet printer. But basically, the transparent background is not going to show up. It's not going to be like this crazy outline on your skin. So in order to be conservative, and really it just makes it easier because print and cut doesn't always work super easy with glossy type materials, which is what we're working with. But what I do is I just go ahead and fill up my page with whatever I want to use for my print and cut, and then I will just trim it by hand. It's super easy. It's really what I do really almost anytime I do temporary tattoos. It's very equivalent to doing like water slide decals or clear sticker paper. Think of it that way. Think of it like a clear sticker, all right? But it's just going to be able to adhere to your skin or some other projects. We do have some follow-up projects planned for temporary tattoo paper that are really kind of outside the box. So I look forward to sharing those with you. But for the time being, what I'm going to do, now if you have any questions about importing clip art, there's a couple things that you can do. You can go to File and Merge, and you can bring in whatever clip art you have saved to your computer. You can also copy and paste, and anything that you can, and you could drag and drop if you have it in a folder, but anything that you can bring into, I'm using Silhouette Studio. You can also do this in Microsoft Word. You can do this, you can technically do it in Cricut Design Space, but you will have the dark black outline if you're printing from Cricut Design Space. You can also use this, I keep talking about clip art because that's the easy way to do it, but you can use this for any safety information, any medical information. There's a lot of outside the box uses for why you would apply a temporary tattoo, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a shortcut, Control and the right hand arrow, okay? And then I'm going to do the same down here. But I'm going to use Control and left. And then I'll place these by hand down here. So this will actually give me 2 of each type of tattoo. So then what I like to do is I will use my Align panel up here. And I'm going to just center horizontally for both of those rows that I modified. And then I'll also center vertically for that bottom row. So with that done, I can center the page, and then I do want to mirror it, okay? Especially if you're using text. For this design, it would not have been make or break if I had forgotten to mirror, but if you are printing temporary tattoos, then you do need to go ahead and mirror them. That way they display the right way once you apply them to your skin. Now, if I'm going to print this from my Silhouette Studio software, I'm just going to go to Print. It will go ahead and give me a print preview as long as I have, remember you have to check your page setup panel to make sure your page mirrors what you're going to be printing. But then you'll get this print preview. You can come in here and make sure that everything looks okay, everything's within the boundaries. And notice, because I already have my printer selected, and I lose a decent amount down here at the bottom because this is the maximum print area of my printer. So you just have to make sure that everything's within that print area. So I can hit print. That's my inkjet printer. I can go to preferences. Now this will be up to you. My printer prints really good just using plain paper. But you can come here and choose like other glossy inkjet papers. You could use a photo inkjet paper. You may want to do a couple test prints and just see what works best for you, because this is a glossy type of material, so that's going to be important. Now, another thing is that you, in your temporary tattoo paper packet, you will have two pieces. You will have one that is the temporary tattoo paper. You will have another sheet that is the temporary tattoo adhesive. Okay, the main way you can tell them apart is the adhesive will usually have a glossy, plasticky sheet on the front of it that is going to contain the adhesive. Okay, so we'll take a little bit closer look at that whenever it's time to go ahead and put these together. So let's go ahead and print this, and then we'll head over and take a look at it and what it's like to apply these. All right, guys, so what we have here, this is our printed sheet. Okay, it is printed mirrored. You notice I did not print this with any type of registration marks. That is because we don't actually need them for temporary tattoos. And guys, I sized these. They're a little bigger than you actually need temporary tattoos, but I also didn't want them too small. So I think they turned out good. And then this is our adhesive sheet. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is actually, a lot of people don't know this. This material is the same as water slide decal paper. And this adhesive is what adheres it to your skin. Now, I'm showing you how to do this to, put on your skin. And I'm going to show you it applies just as easily as regular temporary tattoos that you can purchase from the store, but you can also use this for wood projects and certain just flat materials, and you can personalize gifts and things like that. So we will take another look at one of those projects later on, but this is your basic introduction to being able to use the temporary tattoo paper. So this is completely dry. I allowed my ink to completely dry. And what I want to do is I want to pull this back, and this side here, the glossy side, okay, I don't know if you can see where I just left my fingerprint on it. That is my adhesive. That's why it has the clear plastic sheet on the front. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this back a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off just the top inch or so. Inch, 2 inch, half an inch, just something to be able to get it started. Okay, so now what I can do, I'm gonna line up the bottom, because both of these are sized to be letter size, okay? And I haven't let the top part touch down, but I'm gonna smooth this down, kind of like you're gonna do like a transfer tape or any type of over laminate. Okay, smooth it down. And of course, you can use a squeegee if you want. I don't find it super necessary, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. Now peel it back because it's already in place. And all you're going to do is, as you pull the backing, you're smoothing down on the front side. Okay, and it will literally smooth right into place. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer some of the questions you have. Why did I not do this as a print and cut? Because this doesn't require print and cut, I can trim these by hand and they'll be just fine. Also, I lose a certain amount of the material around the outside when I need to use registration marks. And you can expect to pay probably about $2 for the completed sheet to be able to get the printable and the adhesive part. And I don't even have to cut super close. This is literally just like cutting out, a temporary tattoo sheet that you have purchased. As a matter of fact, I usually only cut them out on demand. I don't usually go ahead and pre-cut them all. If I'm going to put these out for my daughter though, which is my intent for doing this, our cat just had kittens, so we are completely kitten obsessed right now. But I can actually go ahead and pre-cut these and have them ready for her. She is 8 years old and she has been able to do her own temporary tattoos since kind of as long as I can remember, to be honest with you. She absolutely loves them and I love making them for her. So I'll use this one as an example. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. And guys, you can do this. I don't know if I said this in the software part or not, but anything that you can bring in and print, it doesn't have to be through Silhouette Studio. Anything that you can bring in and print, any picture, any clip art, you can even pictures of yourself. These are also good, guys, for safety information. If you guys are going to a theme park or someplace that's busy or crowded, or you know, any type of food allergies or medical concerns, there's really a lot that you can do with these. All right, so this is our temporary tattoo. I'm going to, you know, just like with a commercial one, I'm just going to peel off the top plastic part. Now this is completely done. It has left the adhesive on the tattoo itself, and I'm going to put this face down. And I really like how sticky they are. This is just water. Now you don't have to use like a spray bottle. There's nothing special about this other than this helped me to keep it portable to show you guys, but I'm just gonna spray this down. You want it to be nice and saturated. So if you have a damp washcloth or something like that, then that will certainly work better for you. And you're gonna cover the entire thing, just like a commercial one. You're gonna hold it there, and basically what you're doing, remember when I said that this was just like using water slide decal paper? You're basically saturating the back of it so that the back will come loose from the front. And then you can just peel it off, and now you have a cute little temporary tattoo on your hand. Now, of course, a bigger temporary tattoo like this, you're going to, you know, if I wrinkle my hand, it's going to wrinkle it up. So larger ones like this are really good for the shoulder area or the arm area. But I just want to show you how cute, simple, and easy these are to put on. And then of course, as they dry, it will completely stay on, and you won't have any problems until you're ready to take a bath or wash it off. But there we go. That is our cute temporary tattoo. All right, guys, how did you feel about our temporary tattoos? Now, of course, you saw me put one on my own hand. I'm gonna also let you know, if you ever need to wax the back of your hand, that is a really great way to take care of it, because pulling that bad boy off, man, it was really on there pretty darn good. So hopefully you enjoyed the project today. I really love being able to show you guys things that you can do even without using your cutting machine. That way, if you don't happen to have one, or maybe you just don't feel like breaking it out, there's still a lot of crafting right at your fingertips. So I'm gonna wrap it up for today, but guys, if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below. Share with a crafty friend, like, subscribe. All the support that you show for the channel really makes my day, and I really love hearing from you guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up, but we'll see you again next time.